Hi guys, how you doing? Robert Ian Bonnick, inspirational speaker, inspirational coach, author of Soul Survivor, How an Abandoned Child Went From Nothing to Everything, published by New Holland. Today we're going to deal with the secret sauce of writing. No more writer's block ever. Yes, ever. So guys, let's get on with it. So today, remember, by the way, share. If you're loving this content, if you're finding it helpful, if you're finding it interesting, please share, because at the end of the day, we want people to do this. We want more people to spread their message, okay? Right now in the world, we know what's going on, right? Lots of things are going on. But imagine if we can do this. Imagine if we can have a dent. Each book that someone's written positive is a dent, right? It's a dent in the universe, right? For positive change. Now, the more dents in the universe of positive change, the more it creates a wave. And that's a wave of positivity, right? A wave of camaraderie, a wave of working together, a wave of empathy, right? This is what books can do. So that's why I'm so excited about this, because we get to show people how writing a book can be easier, how writing a book can happen quickly, how writing a book is creating a dent, and that dent leads to affecting potentially millions of people positively. And a book, you can't change a book. Once a book is written, right, it is what it is. Nothing can be manipulated, right? Because it's done. It's in your hand. You're reading it how the author intended you to read it. So it's a very powerful thing. So please don't underestimate it, okay? So that's why I want you to share this, guys. So today, let's talk about this. The secret sauce of writing. Now, make sure the camera's going. It is good. So if you followed the journey that we've been on, now you would have seen about structure of the book. So now the structure, we spoke about the title. We spoke about the blurb or the book summary. We spoke about the contents and about rewriting each one like a newspaper headline, right? Now we also spoke about when you have your chapters, which is the outline of your book, right? And you've rewritten each one. Next to each one, what you want to do is you want to add this. You want to add, the 2 or 3 points that you want to discuss in that chapter. Then you want to write 1 or 2 stories that alliterate those points for each chapter. We're on planning right now, remember? And then you want to then add an emotion next to each chapter. So for example, for me, as you know, I grew up in 2 children's homes in London from 6 months to 18. I had some amazing times, I had some great times, I had some horrible times, right? So the start of my book is setting the tone, right? It's letting you know into my world what I was experiencing growing up. Some of that was quite sad, right? And so some of those chapters, the overarching emotion was sadness. So you want to go for the overarching emotion. You want to go for strong emotions, okay? So the overarching emotion was sadness, okay? So now, why do we do this? Now, I'll explain why. So when it comes to the writing process, we talk about flow of consciousness writing that we'll talk about in another episode. But basically, writer's block, this is a personal opinion, writer's block is when you are trying to write something which is incongruent with where you are at right now. So for example, if I want to write a really happy chapter and I'm pissed off, upset and sad about something that's going on in my life, I can still try and write it, but what's going to come out won't be congruent to what the chapter is about. It'll be congruent to the emotion I'm feeling right now. So whoever's reading that will get, I know they're trying to be X, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting Y, and I'm confused. If your reader's confused, they're going to tune out. If they're going to tune out, your book is done, right? So now, what are we doing here? So what we're doing is so remember in the previous episode, I spoke about the RAS, the reticular activating system. Go back and imbibe that one. But it's the part of our brain which is a filtering mechanism. It's a filtering mechanism for the things that we choose to see, imbibe, believe in our life, right? So what we're doing all along by planning this book, we're programming our RAS, programming it, title, blurb, contents, chapters, points of the chapter, story for each chapter, overriding emotion, any other materials or reference materials that we need to collect at that time. All of that is programming our RAS. Now, this is what happens. So in the morning, let's say, for example, when I wrote my book, this particular book anyway, 80% of it was written on a mobile phone from the front seat of an Avanza, passenger seat. I wasn't driving, passenger seat, when we were going around discovering Bali, right? Now, so in the morning, I'd wake up, and whichever emotion or mood I woke up in, I would go with it. So if I was sad, I wouldn't try and shift the sadness. What I would do is I would write from that place of sadness. And my partner, Marina, knew that I was in this mode, right? So she knew that if I was a bit off that day, just to let it go and wait until I finished writing. Because we used to start off in the morning going around Bali. So we start off like 9 or 10 in the morning, right? So in the car, I would write like a banshee. And I would choose the chapter that relates to sadness. I would choose a chapter that relates to the emotion that I'm feeling, right? Not the other way. I wouldn't go like, all right, I'm going to write chapter 1 first, then chapter 2, then chapter 3, and so on. It doesn't work. Not well. It doesn't work. So, but when you write from the order of the emotions that you're feeling, changes the game. Changes the game. No more writer's block because you are writing what is congruent with you. If I'm sad, I'm writing about being sad. If I'm happy, I'm writing about being happy. If I'm indifferent, I'm writing when I feel indifferent. So the words and everything, it just comes naturally. Comes naturally. I don't have to force it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to speculate about it. It just comes naturally. It is such a beautiful process, really, right? And there's no writer's block because I'm not trying to write something that's incongruent with where I'm at. I'm writing completely congruent for where I'm at. Completely. So it works like a treat, this one, and I call it the secret sauce because, like this allowed me to write 1,000 words in 40 minutes. Easy, like, flow of consciousness writing all the way through. Beautiful. So look, that ends today's little session. But remember, okay, we've got a few things going on. The next session, we're going to talk about how to find a publisher. Oh, God. And another session, we'll talk about flow of consciousness writing. But remember to share. Remember, we have the Facebook group. Turn your story into a book. That's a Facebook group. You got to join it. Turn your story into a book. Join it. Pass it on to friends. This stuff, we've got to pass it on. For the reasons I said earlier on. Got to pass it on. Right? There's no competition here. It's just co-opetition. It's working together. Right? Okay. We've got a few bonuses, remember. So bonus number 1, cheat sheet on how to write the book. That's what you get. Send me your email or email me. It will be in the description, either below, to the side, or above, wherever it's going to be. So email me. Say, Rob, give me the cheat sheet, right? And I'll give it to you. The other one is the bonus, the best bonus, I think, 40 minutes with me, Zoom call. And then we go through what's happening, what strategy you want to follow. Have you started your book? Are you stuck? Do you want to know something more? Are you just literally thinking about it but haven't done anything yet? Or are you a person who wants to monetize this? Are you a person who wants to incorporate this into your brand, right? Massive statement here. And then turn that into opportunity to earn a 6 or 7 figure income. If that's what you want to do, great. So we go through all of these depending where you are at, right? So please give me a call, guys. And by the way, by now you know my attitude and you know that I'm like this most of the time, right? I'm a happy guy. So out of this call always comes an insight for you. An insight meaning something that you didn't know before, that has a possibility to change the way you see something, which has the opportunity to then change your life, right? That's what happens with each call because I'm focused, I'm into it, I'm onto it, right? So that's what I promise you. So remember, guys, look forward to the next episode. Thank you so much for following this. Thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you for joining the group. Turn Your Story into a Book Facebook group. Thank you for joining that as well. And taking me up on the bonuses, it's RIB or RIB at robertianbonnick.com. So RIB, RIB for Bravo at robertianbonnick.com. It'll be in the description. Guys, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. Thank you. Stay positive.